And today, I'm super excited about this. I'll fanboy for a second. I'm so glad you're here. My good friend Revsven. Look, okay,
Lower your expectations.
well, it's look. Okay, so we were talking last week about how my Facebook and Lep's Facebook were so nice enough to remind us that PAX South was literally a year ago, and dude, that's how I was so upset, man.
It hurts.
It sucks because
man.
a couple months ago, I think it was last month, Bloody Faster, Ilani, who I had the privilege of meeting at PAX South, celebrated her 4th year partner anniversary, I believe. And so we all made one of them big boards for her, like the where you post messages at. And my message to her was the picture that me and her took at PAX South, and I was like, I can't believe PAX South wasn't even a full year ago yet. You know, because it felt like it was like 5 years ago.
It feels like forever.
Yeah. And it's crazy to me because that's actually where, you know, Rev and Lep, you know, me and Lep had known Rev on Twitter before PAX South. But PAX South was like, we got to meet, we got to hang out, we got to talk, and it was awesome because, you know, you get so used to seeing people on the other side of a screen, or you see people as a Twitter tagline, right? And meeting people in person, because that was my first convention. Meeting people in person like that was like almost probably sounds stupid, but it was almost like an awe-inspiring experience for me, because it's like, these people are normal people, right? You know, they might be successful in the careers, but this is just a job.
Normal.
Oh, you know. But it was very interesting. Like, did you feel similar? 'Cause I don't know if that was your first convention or not, but like, when it was your first convention, Rev, did you feel similar, like meeting other creators? Like, okay, these are normal people. We just, you know, do the same thing.
Yeah, see, my first one was actually PAX South the year prior in 2019. And my good friend Droopy Drawers, finally getting to meet him was pretty cool. You know, he was super down to earth, like really cool guy. But yeah, it was kind of a surreal experience. I hadn't really had my foot in the door in streaming a whole lot, so I didn't know a lot of creators yet. But I had met a few, like I don't know if y'all know Kippy Koshka, but I got to meet her that year.
I know of her.
Yeah, and it was like, yeah, it's super weird because it's like you just show up and it's either like you kind of treat each other like you've known each other forever, but then at the same time, it's like there's still that like nervous pit of your stomach feeling when you know you're going to meet somebody for the first time. But that eventually goes away as conventions go on. Eventually, it just becomes excitement. Like, finally, I get to see them, you know, or I get to see them again.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's definitely a weird feeling because, like, I did the same thing. I mean, like, I've been going to conventions of all kinds for years and years, but my first PAX South was when I was laid off in 2016, and my first PAX South was in 2017, and that was basically the catalyst because I'd been wanting to start content creation, and so like my friend dragging me out to PAX South that year was like the catalyst to finally get my ass in gear to start the whole thing. So I was going in as kind of like a baby content creator, like not really like having my foot in the door or anything. And then we went again we went 2018 and 2019 too, but like we went and I still like, it was more of like seeing people I know, but not really like being active in the creator scene. And it wasn't until like this past year that I actually really spent time like networking and talking to people. And it's still like, you've got like that like nervousness. You're like, I've known you for so long over the internet, and I'm finally seeing you in person. It's weird, but it's also like a super exciting, like, oh my God, you gotta have like your little like fangirl, fanboy moment before you like get over it. And you're like I shouldn't even be having like this like fangirl, like, oh my God, finally, but here we are.
Well, I felt that hugely for me because, you know, the person that got me into streaming was Bloody Faster. And, you know, I was going to go to TwitchCon the previous year, but money, I couldn't make it work. So meeting her at PAX South was just like, because I met her, I met Lobos, I met Loco, Meg Kelly, I met her boyfriend, I met all these people at PAX South, and we all got dinner together. We went to the Irish bar. I think it was the same time y'all went to the Texas meetup. When y'all were going to that, I was actually at an Irish pub with Bloody and them. And so that's why I wasn't there. And so it was crazy to me because I'm sitting there like, these are like big time creators. Lobo's averages over 1,000 viewers per stream, right? These are big time creators. These are borderline celebrities in this field, and they're normal people. We're having beers. We're kicking back cold ones together. Like it was a surreal experience to me because, like, Lep said, regardless, you kind of build this sort of pedestal for people, and then meeting a person, it's like this is nice. Like, it kind of helped me feel like this is something I can fit in with. This is something I could do. This is a field I can belong in. It felt really good to me.
Yeah, that's kind of how, when it comes to the bigger creators, that's kind of how I felt at TwitchCon when I went to the, I got to attend the Discord partner party as an ambassador for Anime for Humanity, and I got to meet Sequisha and a few other like bigger creators there, and it was like you do get starstruck whenever you meet those like bigger creators that you've been looking up to, or or something for so long, and then you start the conversation with them like, oh, you're normal. Get out of here. No, I'm kidding.
Where's the real big creators at? Okay. And I'm sure if we met someone like Ninja or Tim the Tap Man, there would be a bit more of an air of celebrity to them. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I can't really judge until I actually meet them. But
funny story about Tim the Tap Man, real quick. I didn't know who he was when I was at TwitchCon 2019. Because I had never watched like a massive creator. I knew of the name, but I'd never seen him. And it turned out after the TwitchCon party where Blink-182 performed and all that, me and a few friends were trying to figure out like what our next move was after, because it ended relatively early in the night. And there was another group like next to us, and I hear somebody like in the distance yell, "Oh my God, Tim!" And then I see that group next to us leave, and I was like, "What the hell?" And this guy comes over to me, he's like, "You know Tim the Tap Man?" I'm like, "No, is that who that was?" And he was like, "I thought you were with him." I was like, "No, I didn't even know what." And so after that, I was like, damn, I was standing like 6 feet from Tim the Tap Man, never even noticed because I didn't know what he looked like.
That man has the most recognizable face. Like if you've seen it before.
Yeah.
Like once you've seen it once, like you'll never forget that man's head. But
because I went back and I looked him up, I was like, oh shit, that was him.
Curse, have you ever had the chance of meeting like another creator at all? I know you're over in the UK,
No.
so
Eric, right, I've never been to a convention. The one that I was going to go to, MCM Birmingham got cancelled not once, but twice.
That's right, because it was COVID.
That's true.
Oh, God.
And both times gave me an extended holiday.
Yeah.
I've never been to a convention, so I cannot add to this whatsoever. So I'm just here like, yeah, I've met people on the screen.
Well, Cursed, we got to get you over here at some point, okay? That's the goal. That's the goal, is to get you and Vivid over here at some point. Yep. We were talking about TwitchCon this year, if it happens, but who knows. PAX East, if it happens, even. Well, I don't know if you'll be able to make it to PAX East, because that's in June. If that even happens. Do you think PAX East is going to happen, Rev? This will be the last thing. We'll move on to the normal topics after this, but do you think PAX East is going to happen in June?
My indicator's leaning no. Mostly because they haven't got like the vaccines rolling out near as quickly as they anticipated and whatnot.
I just surprised how that doesn't stop conventions.
Yeah, but I think with PAX doing what they're doing, like how they already made sure South got, they put the kibosh on South early. I think they'll eventually, and by putting that, tentatively, we're saying, if the need arises, we will cancel. I do think though PAX West is going to happen in Seattle in September.
Yeah, because I feel like, Virginia's already talking about this is for me. Virginia's already talking about getting that vaccine up, and I know Biden has mentioned it his spokesperson mentioned that he's going to be taking this week to really focus most of his efforts on COVID. So I'm hoping by the end of the week we have a better idea of when these vaccines are going to roll out. I think if we can start getting everyone vaccine 1 in March, chances go up. Rather.
Yeah.
Because
I would say my entire opinion would shift to likely if they go that route, if they get it going.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree with you, Bon. Absolutely be careful. If you're not comfortable, then please, do what you have to do to stay safe.
Our convention, our comic convention that I actually work at here, we've already started talking about what's going to happen, because we're still planning. As of right now, they are still planning on having it in May, because that's our regular year the time of year for it. And so we're talking about it, and I've already told them, because I'm the will call coordinator, and so I run the will call booth. And I've already told them, like, you know, if as of right now, like, I have to be a firm no on that. I can't risk it. If for some reason, like, they get the vaccine rollout going and it, like, I'm able to actually get the vaccine beforehand, sure, I'll absolutely be more willing to show up and, like, work the convention. But until then, like, May is just too soon for me, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I think even, I mean, depending on how things go, I think September is probably, like, a safe bet for conventions to, like,
I can
kinda
see
set
TwitchCon
it
happening
back
this year.
here, but I could see TwitchCon definitely planning for this year.
I don't know how many people are actually going to go.
That's the question. Like we were discussing that, like how attendance to like that first big convention back is going to be. Like some people are like, oh, it's going to be this huge, massive blowout. And I was like, I don't know that it would be. I was like, I think that you're gonna have the people that probably wouldn't normally attend, you know, said convention. Like let's say PAX East happens, you'd have the people that wouldn't typically attend PAX East, but would go to like PAX South, PAX West, or something, and haven't gone to a con in so long going. But you would also have the people that would typically go not going out of, you know, just out of caution. And so that's like, I think TwitchCon in September, the only thing that gets that keeps me kind of curious about that one is the fact that it's in California. That, you know, because California has to be a lot more careful with stuff like that. So and it was supposed to be in September as well, wasn't it? And
late September.
Yeah, and so that's what actually I'm also curious about that, because I know PAX West traditionally runs about a month-ish prior to TwitchCon, but I think where they have PAX West set up now, it would be like probably within a week, if not the concurrent weekend that TwitchCon was supposed to happen. So I don't know if there's some kind of like inside coordination going on there, that maybe they got word that Twitch is planning on doing another online something this year, or pushing TwitchCon back to like, I mean, I could see them pushing TwitchCon back to like, you know,
November.
like a January or February, you know, because California is nice year round, you know, so why not do it in the winter months? Because I think that could be a lot of fun, but it all remains to be seen. You know, everything's still up in the air.
Yeah, because I mean, normally PAX East is in March or April.
Yeah.
Hell, last year they did it in the last week of February last year.
Yeah,
I remember
like
a lot of people
last
were.
Year.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, "You're going to send us to Boston in February? It's going to be freezing."
Yeah. It's ridiculous.